This is a Breville automatic tea maker, BTM800XL. The thing is scary powerful, and it may seem a bit overcomplicated at first glance. I guess I'm not a tea person. Maybe that's the difference. But this moves on a magnetic track, and you can set the time, your steep time, and your water temperature. And it's got preset programs you could choose, say like green tea, black tea, herbal tea, or custom tea. That's my favorite, custom tea, which is Louisiana or Red Diamond. So obviously something went wrong with this machine. My sister brought this to me. She had put chocolate milk or something in it to heat the chocolate milk to a certain temperature, which is a great idea, but chocolate milk, when you heat it, bubbles, and the bubbles and foam went up here, and it uses a temperature sensing unit in the bottom of this pot. It can't read the temperature of foam. It needs to read the temperature of the liquid. So therefore it overheated. It kept sending heat signals, just kept pouring the coals on until the heater element quit working in it. Everything else functions. So let's show you how I fix this. And underneath, we don't need this piece. The heating element is in the pot. Remove the strainer. We're going to undo these 5 screws. One of these screws is a safety screw, which has a Torx or an Allen with a dimple in it. If you have a set like this, you can find the tool for that, which I will do live in real time here. Something like that. Hard to see, but that is the only security screw on this side. These are triangle shaped screws, but you can use a Phillips looking bit for those. Can you see? Yeah. So that'll work for those. And then underneath this ring here is normal Phillips head screws. Last of the 5 screws. And this reveals the Phillips screws that are countersunk. 1, 2, 3. So underneath this sealed box, which you can open, but there's nothing in there but a circuit board. That probably has a lot to do with the communication for the thermometer, and that magnet. It's probably got a Hall sensor for the position of the basket and all that. Anyway, what the problem with this is much simpler. Right along this white wire here and screwed. So I took my multimeter and tested both sides of this lead. This is a hot leg of current that goes to the heating coil, and it was open. What's happened? This thermal fuse has snapped open, and it operates with a solder that opens at 298 degrees Celsius. I don't have that. Must be pure lead or some laboratory way, I don't know. But what I do have is Kester 40, and it melts at 682 degrees Fahrenheit. That converts to 361 C. It's a difference of 70, well, let's just say 60. It's exactly 63 degrees Celsius. I'm not really worried about it. I know what caused the problem, and that was the milk. So let's fill this in with solder, connecting that bridge again. It clicks into place when you get it right. It locks in. So we'll tighten these screws back up. If you're in Europe, the thermal fuse is available. I think they call it a mini melt. A TCO mini melt is the company that designed this one, which seems kind of proprietary. So we're ready to put the back half back on. Before you do, make sure that the wires are clear of this nut right above my fingernail there. And this sits on these pegs, and then all the wires are routed properly. Looks pretty good. So this piece, with the screws still in it, removing those, it indexes with the handle, like so. And then these threaded, long-winded ones go here. Not the perfect tool for the job, but it's working. That goes toward the handle. This little silicone gasket, just make sure it's on the outside. It's seated in this piece of trim ring. It's right there. And this is Phillips. The last one, security screw. So here we are. The power consumption of this thing is unbelievable. 1500 watts. That's about the same as a space heater. The basket sits on top. Let me see. This thing's kind of complicated. This is the time that the basket stays under the hot water, and this is the temperature of the water. Just for sake of video, I'm going to go 160, and let's make tea. See what happens. I'll know when that coil comes on. I'm getting close now. You can hear the circuit opening and closing, and my lights are dimming. Yeah, same there. So it's hit its max temp. That's at 160, and if you can see through the steam that the basket is lowering. Crazy. Well, if you love your tea that much to spend 250, well, I think it's 250, around 300 bucks for this machine. A replacement pot, which she looked into, was about 180. The solder that I used was 10 cents worth. And you found this video, I hope. You can take it apart and solder it, or that replacement part. You can read my handwriting here. It's about €5, €6 if you can get it. I haven't tried. 15 amp, 230 volts alternating current. Original part number 155031. The one with the spades again is 155431. And that should get you going. Thanks for watching. Hope it's helped someone.